Hey everybody, it's Monday. Welcome back. Thanks for being here at Fireside Chats with Kimberly. You will notice that I am not fireside, but that's simply because in New Jersey it's a little too warm to sit by a hot fire. But the conversation, as always, will be super warm and cozy, so you're not missing out on anything. I want to thank Shrew Meats, who is the sponsor for this week's talks. Prize packs for this month's contest have been graciously donated by Hodo Foods, Crofters Organics, Follow Your Heart, Cinnaholic, Orgain, and Shrew Meats, who, as you've heard me mention before, is our newest monthly contest sponsor and donor. I invite my viewers to enter the monthly contest at virtualvegfest.com and click on the contest tab for details. Entering is super easy just by liking and or subscribing to our social media and Virtual Veg Fest YouTube channel. You're entered to win one of 6 prize packs. And we really want you to subscribe to the Virtual Veg Fest YouTube channel. So we're continuing to do 25 entries just for subscribing through the contest link. We also added 10 entries for liking the Greenville Fun Fest on Instagram. And of course, thank you to the Plant-Based Network for being a strategic partner with Virtual Veg Fest. So today, I would love for everyone watching to let me know where you're watching from. And also if you have any questions. So today's topic is about the phrase cruelty-free, but you are always welcome to ask me any vegan lifestyle questions. So have at it in the chat. I'll be watching while I'm talking about the phrase cruelty-free. So the phrase cruelty-free, hello, Richard. Richard coming in from New Jersey. Me too. Thanks for joining me tonight. Glad to have you here. So the phrase cruelty-free, I know for me, when I first started learning about these words related to veganism and animal testing, I thought cruelty-free meant vegan. It just seemed to make sense. How could something have animal products in it and be considered cruelty-free? Welcome, Diane. Thanks for joining. Diane's in Edison, New Jersey. So glad to have you here. And it just didn't make sense, right? Like, how can you say you're cruelty-free but have animal products in your products? It didn't click. So the short answer is, does cruelty-free mean vegan? The answer is no, not necessarily. You can have products that are cruelty-free, and what that means is that the ingredients within the product have not been tested on animals. But that doesn't mean that there aren't animal products in it. There could be beeswax, think about a lip balm. It could say that it's cruelty-free, but it might have beeswax in it. That makes it not vegan. So they can be one or the other, or they can be both. For a product to be vegan, but not cruelty-free also seems a little weird. And, there aren't any laws around using the word vegan on a product as far as I've been able to tell from my research. But in order to be vegan, that typically means there are no animal ingredients in the product. But I suppose that could also mean that if everything is synthetic within this product, it's likely that some of the ingredients within the product were tested on animals. So ideally, what we want to be looking for is we want to look for products that are listed as both cruelty-free and vegan. And there are a couple of different ways to find that out. Of course, you can go to, if you have a product that you love and you want to know, you can go to their website. A lot of companies will have under their FAQ whether or not they are vegan and cruelty-free. And I have an example here for you. You can't tell in this light because the lighting in my house is just not great, but my hair is actually blue. And the product that I've been using is Overtone. This says right on it, it says, I don't know how clear that'll be, but it does say vegan and cruelty-free. So I went to their website as well because I wanted to see under their FAQs, how they explain this. And so they, under the vegan and cruelty free on the Overtone website, it says, we don't test on animals, never have, never will. Yes. Absolutely nothing in our conditioners is derived from animals. And we only work with US-based suppliers who have cruelty-free and vegan processes that encompass their entire supply chain. And they've also gotten the Peta certification. It says we also have the vegan certification, Peta certification to prove it. So Peta and a couple of other organizations, and I'm actually going to put some links in the chat in a moment. Peta has their own certification, and it's not the picture here, but there is one. I have some nail polish, and you can find this on the website that I'm going to share a link to. But the Peta logo, whoop, the light is bad. It's this little bunny head there, and it actually, you can see it says cruelty-free and vegan. Hey, Cindy, thanks for joining. Glad to have you here with us. So this is the Peta logo, and what that means, so the Peta, they have an organization, they have part of their organization that's called Beauty Without Bunnies program. And companies have the option to become certified cruelty-free. So it would just be that little bunny head, and it would say cruelty-free, or they can become certified cruelty-free and vegan. And so they do have to meet the requirements where if it's cruelty-free, again, like I said before, it hasn't been tested on animals. If it's cruelty-free and vegan, not only has it not been tested on animals, it also doesn't contain any animal products. And they have a process, an application process that you have to go through. So you can, of course, like I said, go to each company's website, check their FAQs, get some information that way. And that is certainly one way that you can do it if you know that you have a product that you love. But there's also a really great website called Cruelty-Free Kitty. And what she does is, I think her name is Suzanne or Susanna. What Susanna does is she actually reaches out to companies and she gets, verified details, and she does the research into parent companies to find out who owns any particular company. Does that company test on animals? Do they have a policy about not testing on animals? Are they a vegan company? And she does all the work for you. So you can go to her website, and here I'll post the websites here. So that you guys have them in the chat. So Cruelty-Free Kitty is that first one. Then there's also something called the Leaping Bunny. And the Leaping Bunny has a shopping guide as well. And you can search these websites by product name. So if you know a product that you want to check on, or if you're looking to replace a product, but you don't know where else to go, you can go into these websites and you can search by hair dye or nail polish or face cream or toner. I used to love Thayer's face toner, the rose water. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It made my skin feel so soft, and it was just so refreshing to put on, when I got out of the shower after I'd washed my face. But then they were purchased by, and I just recently found this out, so I honestly am not sure how long ago this happened. And if I can find some information, I can always post it on my Instagram. But L'Oreal bought them. So that's an important thing that you want to look at too, is who is the parent company, and does the parent company test on animals? And there are companies that will say, and L'Oreal is one of them. They even have, I think, the line Garnier. It says on the bottle that it's cruelty-free and vegan, but they sell in countries that require beauty products to be tested on animals. It's a law that they have to be tested on animals. So what does that mean? That means that in the US, sure, the product that you're buying hasn't been tested on animals, and maybe it doesn't include any animal ingredients. But if the company is selling in a country that requires that all beauty products imported are tested before they're able to be sold to the citizens who live there, then it's not really cruelty free. Certainly not in my book. And these organizations that provide, the cruelty free and vegan logos and things like that, that certification, they don't see that as being cruelty free either. So let's see. So to me, I feel better. And this is just me. We have to make our own decisions here, right? I feel better giving money to companies that, talk the talk, they walk the walk. So if they're going to be cruelty free and vegan in the US, then what is it that is making a company want to sell in a country that requires animal testing? So it's important enough to them to do it in the US, but it's not important enough to not sell in countries that do require it. So what does that mean? To me, that means that profit over values. That's what is important to them, that they're concerned about money and not about the values that they're stating and putting out there for people in countries where that's not required. So for me, I would rather buy from companies that are not selling in countries that require that. And I know that there are some companies, and there's even some there's some companies that really like push it, and they have. I remember just a couple of years ago, I was interested in maybe maybe getting a second job or bringing in some more money, and I had. This is probably more than a couple of years ago, but I had reached out, kind of posted on Facebook, like, hey, does anybody know about like part-time jobs or whatever? And a woman I was friends with, who is part of a multi-level marketing company, she said, yes, come sell this makeup. It's amazing. And everyone's familiar with the company name. It's really easy and the quality is great. So I did some research, and that company was selling in a country that required animal testing. And, she really like fought me on it. And she's like, no, it doesn't matter. You're only buying stuff that's made and sold in the US. So what you are purchasing and what you would be selling if you started doing this would be completely cruelty free. But again, like, to me, that's not the case. And so that's what I would encourage you. I would encourage you to go to these websites and to learn about the requirements for each of them, and to check out the companies where you are using their products, and see where there's a better option to be had, because there certainly is. And while I'm sitting here, I have, in addition to the hair dye that I mentioned, I also brought some nail polish with me that I wanted to share. So Ella and Mila, and please don't judge the nail polish I'm about to talk about by the quality of nail polish on my fingers, because it has been 2 weeks since I've done my nails. And for the last 2 days, I've been trying to remember to take this off and do it again, but I haven't. So apologies. But like I said, it's been 2 weeks and my nails just started chipping the other day. So I love Ella and Mila. There's no smell. It's one of, what do they call it? They call it the 7 free. So the fast dry top coat is 7 free. So it's free of things like formaldehyde and all the really smelly and less good chemicals. And then the nail strengthener is 17 free. And there's like a huge list in very tiny font of all the things that are not in here. So you can paint your nails and it doesn't smell up the whole place. And it's really nice. And their nail polish remover too is almost like an oil. So your cuticles are getting, and I have really dry cuticles even in the summertime. And it really makes them feel like nourished and soft, which is really awesome. And then my favorite nail polish company right now is Color Club. And they are also cruelty free and vegan. And they have amazing, like, look at how fun this color is. And it's actually a different color than what's on my nails. My what's on my nails is another shiny color, changing color like this. So they have really cool stuff, and they're really reasonably priced. So I haven't seen any questions come in. Don't forget that while I'm rambling on, you can throw out any questions that you'd like, and I will pivot and we will talk about whatever it is that you would like to talk about. So don't be shy. That's why I'm here. I come here with a topic just in case no one has questions, but you know, first and foremost, I'm here to help you live a beautiful vegan life and to help you navigate that. So any questions that you have, I am here and I want to hear them and I want to talk to you about them. And then I just wanted to talk about, so the other links that I've included here, let me just highlight. So the Vegan Society, they have what's called the vegan trademark. And I just wanted to quickly read to you. So how to get a vegan trademark from the Vegan Society, and I don't know if you know this, but the Vegan Society, that is the group that created the word vegan. That's where it stems from. Donald Watson, who's one of the founders back in 1944, I think, he coined the word vegan. Vegetarian wasn't cutting it, and so he came up with the word vegan, which of course is the first two letters and the last two letters of the word vegetarian. But they so here's the requirement there is that the vegan trademark, when you see that on a product, what it means is that the product contains no animal ingredients, that any processing aids that were used in the manufacturing were also vegan, and that the ingredients within the product have never been tested on animals on behalf of the manufacturer. So that's an interesting little caveat, isn't it? So what that means is that the company themselves have never paid for someone to test their products or the ingredients, but there could be ingredients that are included in there could be some ingredients that are included in the product that had previously been tested on animals. Maybe, you know, if the ingredient's been in use for decades, maybe back then that ingredient was required under law for whatever reason to be tested on animals. And we can see that in many vegan products today that are using things that have been in use for a long time. So as vegans, should we be okay with that? And I think that is a really great question. And I think that it comes down to what was happening then and what is happening now. So these products these ingredients that had been tested previously, like why was that done? Was it a requirement? And are they still doing it? I mean, beauty products, like, come on, right? There's absolutely no reason to be you know, hurting animals in order to test like the newest like skin cream. That just seems silly. And I don't see how anyone who understands science, and look, I'm not a scientist, but anyone who understands science would be able to justify that products that have been in use and we know are safe. How do we justify continuing to test them on animals? I mean, again, these are beauty products. Come on. So let's see. So Diane uses Jolie vegan nail polish, which is it covers really nice. Thank you for sharing that, Diane. And then Rick would like to know any idea why some countries enforce animal testing. Well, I think that certainly what they put out there is that they're concerned for the safety of the people who live in that country, and that to bring in products that are from other countries and have not been, you know, verified as they would like it to be, or that they haven't been able to confirm is safe for their people. So I think that the idea that they put out there is that it's for the safety of their citizens. But I just wonder if maybe there is not some monetary um, reason, either from the government or, and this is me speculating. I don't know. I don't have a connection to any government agency in a country that does require testing, so I can't say for sure. But that's what I think. I think that it comes down to that there's probably either money to be made or money to be saved when they are requiring products to be tested on animals. But I certainly think that what they put out there is that we're concerned for the safety of our citizens, and so we need to test these products. Thank you. That was a great question and a great suggestion from Diane. All right. So, yeah, I think that covers everything that I had wanted to. Oh, no, I did have an update that I saw just before I logged in, and it's that it was an article from March of this year that as of May 1st, that China would stop requiring testing. And so that's a big one because China has a huge market for beauty products, and a lot of these companies that I was talking about before, where they don't test on animals here in the US, but they do sell in China. So they are testing on animals with the products that are being sold there. That's a big market. Selling beauty products in China is a big market. And China said, I think 2 years ago, that they were going to look at alternatives. And so it seems like they are. It was a quick review. So again, I'll try to get in some more detail, but it might be just that the finished product no longer has to be tested on animals. And that should be effective, like I said, May 1st. But I don't know. I thought I still had the article open. But I'll post that article, and then so you guys can see. I'll post it onto my social media. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Did You Bring the Hummus, and as well as my podcast by the same name, Did You Bring the Hummus. Posted a new episode this morning about Mother's Day. It's a quick one, only about 11 minutes long, so you don't have to commit too much time, but it's a really powerful episode, so I invite you to check that out. And of course, you can DM me with any questions. I'm here every Monday, and so I'm always interested in helping you along in your vegan journey. So certainly send me any questions ahead of time, and then join me every Monday at 7 p.m. to hear your questions answered, or wait until we're live and post them in the chat, and I'm happy to address all of your questions there. So as always, I am so thankful that you were here with me tonight, and for your engagement, your questions, your comments. I always look forward to this, and I am just so thankful that you are here. So I will see you next Monday. Again, follow me on social media at Did You Bring the Hummus, and send me your questions there. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful evening, day. Bye.